I could not do it without EZ as my co-pilot. Or, at least you've got a learner's permit and I'm the grizzled old DMV instructor that tells you better not spill my coffee. But that's, still we're a team.
I love it. I love my time doing this show. We're lucky Carl gave us the offer, and it's fucking fun. I love this show.
Yeah, and huge thanks to Carl Hamburger, Hamburger, for giving us this opportunity and having the idea to put us together. We still hate each other, but we have fun doing the show, so it doesn't matter,
It's true.
No, and you and I had never worked together before this.
Nope.
So in any case, it is our first anniversary, and to celebrate, we have a return guest who I think has been on the show more often than Carl Hamburger, actually.
Yes.
Don Jamieson, how are you, sir?
I am great. Thanks for having me. Congratulations. I want to just go on the record right now saying I predicted that you guys would last quite a long time, but then again, I also predicted Aaron Rodgers would make it through an entire Jet season.
I predicted he'd make it through an entire game, and obviously I was proven foolish. Yes, we do have the real Don Jamieson, except no substitutes, although the other substitute is actually pretty funny. But we also have the great Erik Nagel, and because my co-host name is Erik, I usually call you Erik, but I'm going to have to call you Erik this week, and I'm going to have to call Zane EZ. It's too confusing to just say Erik.
All right, that's fine. Oh, hey, Don.
So I appreciate you both being here. Erik Nagel, the It's Erik Nagel show has just celebrated 10 years, right? Let everybody know where they can find it.
That is available on iHeartRadio, Apple, Spotify, all those places for audio, and the videos and live stuff are up on our YouTube channel. It's Erik Nagel, all one word.
And Don, obviously people loved you on that metal show, kind of liked you on that Jamieson show, but you've got a new show, Rockstrap. Tell people where they find that.
Yes. Well, first I want to say I appreciate you teaming me up here with Erik. This reminds me of the time when VH1 invited me on a show with the person who canceled that metal show. And boy, the chemistry was there.
That was not my decision. It was only my execution. That was.
I'm breaking your balls. I loved my time at Compound Media. Honestly, it was 5 years. It was a blast. But yes, I am doing something new called Rockstrap. It's myself and Keith Roth, DJ extraordinaire from SiriusXM. We're both big rock fans. We're both big sports fans. So he said, instead of asking the same damn questions over and over again, we'll ask rock stars about sports and we'll ask sports stars about rock. And our first episode is up there now with David Bryan from Bon Jovi, Apple, Spotify, wherever you find your favorite mediocre podcasts.
Yes, and I did listen to that over the weekend. I was in the car, and I thought I'd spend some time with you, Keith Roth, and David Bryan. Great chat. Just remember, Don, your previous show, I think you had me on as a guest about 8 times, so you want to keep me away from Rockstrap. I think I'm the one that did it in, so keep me away.
I'll go with that. Let's go with that.
Yeah, it's all my fault. Well, we've got a lot of stuff to get to, a lot of clips, a lot of fun. But before that, we have some business to attend to in relation to last week's show, which, Erik, you and I were talking beforehand. It turned out okay. The potato had to rescue us. But you were up in the mountains with some really shitty Wi-Fi.
Yes.
And we deprived people. One of the main reasons they tune in, they couldn't see your hair.
I know it. I'm very sorry about that. I got lots of people very desperate that I couldn't see the hair. So
yeah,
trying to do my best today.
Well, I really was about to brag in last week's show because I'm using a new computer. It's the same one that Carl uses, and I'm like, great, everything's going to look better, everything's going to sound better. And the way we did the show, my flop sweat had flop sweat. So we have to make amends for the fact that the super chats on the new computer rolled up in a way that I wasn't used to. So I missed a few. But I have a thought about that.
They say that's why pencils have erasers.
Yeah, thanks, John. That is why pencils have erasers. But
you should put that on a T-shirt.
Yeah. They should.
That'll sell like one.
I'll be the one, Erik. So we did have some super chats that I did not read. And I have to apologize, especially to Dang Lizard, who should have had my sign off for last week's show. So I'm going to read them now, which is a great way to start the show. Stale, week-old super chats. Hulkamania gave us $5. Forgot to hit like. Please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And don't forget, StreamYard, Streamlabs, Venmo, Super Tips, all that. You can help us hit the goal this week. Dave Daffler was stalking Cardiff, and Reverend Shitstain pointed out that we brought the best VTuber, and Dang Lizard had, this was what's supposed to be my sign off last week. I, Christian Bladt, want you to know it's not illegal to say that I have a group of activist meetings in secret, and our passphrase is Sic Semper Tyrannis. If nobody gives us more than €5.01, that'll be my sign off this week. And speaking on one of our videos from last week, Pufferfish said, "Oh no, the Bear Daddy said he was going to play golf. He's in deep trouble now." We did have some bears that wandered onto the golf course last week, Eric, because if there's things that people tune into this show for, it's your hair, and then of course also bear videos. Wouldn't you say? Easy.
Absolutely. That's what we're known for, and we always appreciate the dollars that come our way. As Count Connor says, how about Facebook stars, and throws two.
Yeah, we'll take Facebook stars. We'll take Kohl's Cash. We'll take Chuck E. Cheese pizza tokens, whatever you want to give us.
McDonald's Monopoly game pieces.
We will definitely take Monopoly game pieces from McDonald's. And and go ahead.
Those brushes that Erik uses on his hair, they don't pay for themselves. I mean,
no, they absolutely.
I want to see that. Let me see that brush again, if I may. That's a powerful.
That's a paddle brush. Right, that is a paddle brush.
You can play pickleball with that.
Yeah, and I've got it's bedazzled. God damn it! That's the best part about it.
And it doubles for both him and the dogs on his couch.
And that's what I use, the old school dollar comb.
Oh, I like that. I just use these babies. I just run it through my hair.
You've got perfect hair for that.
Well, yeah, exactly. Last week, Hulkamania gifted 10 Who Are These Podcast memberships. It needs to be acknowledged. You go ahead and give some more this week, but it's fine. And our buddy Liam McEnany chimed in that, look, I know people are going to call me anti-racist and woke, but I think Diet Mountain Dew tastes like the watered pee from a diabetic horse. All right. Now that we have all the old super chats out of the way, Eric, I'm sure, I'm sure tons of super chats have rolled in, right? Let's go ahead and spend the next 10 minutes reading the plethora that we've just gotten.
It was just one.
Okay.
So that's that. If you want to throw something at us and have Christian say something racist or whatever, just throw it in there. Be as creative as you want. Try not to get blocked. And he will sign off with that. Put a dollar amount on it. Highest dollar amount is then quoted at the end on the sign off. You also make the chat. We'll post your comment if it's a funny joke. So if you're good and funny, it goes up there. So thank you.
Right. You just have to make us laugh. But if you pay us, we'll pretend to laugh. So everybody wins. All right. That was a long ramp up. We don't do banter the same way they do on Who Are These Socials. We're going to dive right in.
Others imitate it. We appreciate it.
So, Erik and Don, you guys are Jersey guys. You know Wawa. Everybody in Jersey knows Wawa. EZ, have you ever had the pleasure of visiting a Wawa convenience store?
I used to live in New Jersey, so of course.
No. Don't forget, I barely know you. We spend about an hour and a half a week together for 52 weeks, and that's about it. I had no idea. So you know Wawa. And look, I like Wawa. I've even bought a T-shirt at Wawa.
No, I'm going to introduce. Fantastic. They're fantastic.
I'm going to introduce everyone to a guy who, well, he loves Wawa, and some would say maybe he loves it a little too much.
Is well known and loved by many, but have you ever actually taken into account how many times you've been to Wawa? Well, one guy did, and he has saved nearly every single order slip in the process.
I've been going to Wawa like my whole life. I always start my day with a coffee, and then I'll usually get lunch from there, sometimes dinner.
What started as a joke in 2021 quickly turned into a challenge.
The collection just got bigger and bigger, and then eventually I was just like, okay, well now I need to collect all of them.
You can you can really see the fetal alcohol. I mean, there's just a couple extra centimeters between those goddamn eyes. That tells you right away mom was a drinker.
Yeah, well, mom used to. I don't think you can buy beer at Wawa, so never mind. I've gotten my states confused. But on the way home from the liquor store, mom would stop off.
Wow.
There. And so yes, he's very excited about his attempt to collect every order number between 0 and 999. So he's going to show that to us.
Eventually, I was just like, okay, well now I need to collect all of them. And now here we are.
On his bed.
For years, Tyler Geyerson has been saving his Wawa order slips. Today, he decided to lay them out. 1,000 of them in customer order numbers from 0 to 999. Then he took to social media to share.
I've been sitting on this collection for a couple months now. I actually just had the motivation to lay them all out today.
Once he knew he was getting close to his goal, he started going 2 to 3 times a day and asking his friends for help.
Yeah, he asked for help hitting the goal the way anybody does, by mentioning Streamlabs, Venmo, Super Chats, gifted memberships.
Yeah.
So that's how we all hit the goal.
Maybe doing a shitty show and strangling a bitch.
Maybe. I don't know what you're talking about, but I was talking about something different. Erik Zane is talking about something specific.
Telling my friends, hey, I need 212. If you find order 212, please send it my way.
From New Jersey to Pennsylvania and Orlando, he's been all over.
You know how much money you've spent?
I don't even want to think about that.
So
whoa!
If this guy was your friend, Don, and he's like, yeah, I just need slip number 212. Would you do what I would do? Is make sure that I got slip 212 and just film a video of me ripping it into tiny pieces?
That's exactly what you should do.
I don't think I have any friends who get laid less than Stuttering John, but this guy would be the first one, probably.
I think that would be him. I'm not shocked that he got most of these numbers. I was a little surprised that he was able to convince someone to give him 69. Yeah, that's right. That was my hack joke. Come on, it's all right. I get one a show, Zane. One a show. All right. I wanted to do it now before we got to the rest of the clip. I wanted it out of the way.
Fair enough.
So Wawa says this is the level of dedication we're talking about.
Applied to him saying, this is the level of dedication we're talking about. Because sometimes, or in Tyler's case, every day, you just got to have a Wawa.
I get mac and cheese every single day. I'll get a nice latte every single day. And then usually for lunch or dinner, I'll get a sandwich. Wawa is just a pretty standard part of my diet.
His next...
The saddest one that they zoomed in on, and I don't think it was an accident, it was dated February 14th. So he went to Wawa on Valentine's Day and got himself the mac and cheese. Yep, there it is right there for our visual audience. You can see right over my head. Happy Valentine's Day. Erik, we're talking about Wawa being, as convenience stores go, pretty great. I mean, maybe it's no Buc-ee's. Some people would say Sheetz. As you're hearing this guy explain his excitement, how does it make you feel? Does it remind you of the kinds of people you talk to or anything?
Yeah, he's retarded.
There we go.
This is what real OCD is. 1, 2, he's living at home. 3, if his parents were smart, when he's out going to get his mac and cheese, because he has a child's palate, so he's eating dinosaur nuggets, mac and cheese, or buttered noodles, and they only sell one of those things at Wawa's. They should go in there either with a box fan while it's laid out on the floor just to shoot it around the room like one of those old-timey game show things where you go in the booth and you got to catch the dollars, right? Or just have mom go in there with the vacuum and clean this up and say, we are done with this. Get out of our house and get a job. Go work at Wawa. You're there so much. Go work there.
Yeah, I mean, that would make it a lot easier if he could work there. Don, does this guy sort of feel like maybe the kind of guys that pay for the meet and greet that no musician ever wants to actually have to take a picture with, but somehow they just spent $1,000 or they used 1,000 Wawa tickets. He kind of gives me that vibe. You don't want to actually get close to him.
Yeah, well, if the video goes on much longer, but by the end of it, he actually morphs into the cutout guy behind him. I think he's going to morph eventually into that look of the Wawa Hoagie Master. I appreciate the dedication. I've probably taken a dump in every Wawa on the East Coast, but I don't go make a new story out of it.
Yeah, you don't brag about it. Troy Smith, he needs the mac and cheese and coffee for energy for crushing puss.
Yes.
The great Troy Smith. Thank you for being here today.
Very talented.
Yeah.
He didn't have 212 because that was the receipt he got on Valentine's Day, and he jerked off into the receipt and it smudged the order, and so he had to get rid of it and get a new one.
Well, the piece ends where he talks about how he also wants to get a picture in front of every Wawa. And JFK Head Chunk, Erik is a guest for us.
Yeah,
you're here to badmouth me and EZ, all right?
Very hard.
Fuck. That's
horrible. We love JFK Head Chunk. He's funnier than we are, but Erik's a guest. Right. Save that stuff for next week.
Yeah,
all right?
He's assuming my receipt is like the CVS receipt that just goes and you got to roll it around a couple of times, and it's like, how much did you get at Whataburger? Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. He's finding it to be a bit of a struggle to get a picture in front of every Wawa because they're expanding too quickly. But that's this week's WATB hero.
How do his parents not beat him? Yeah,
right.
He's a grown adult. Just beat him. Stop this. Enough.
Yeah, this is a real problem. This is a problem because that guy, look, what do you think? He's about 25, 30 maybe? I mean, he's old. That's horrible.
Yeah, no. I mean, I think that there probably could stand to have been some more violence in the home, which I don't usually condone. Erik Zane is a huge fan of it, but all right. Well, on the show, we periodically share videos where the immediate reaction is either to sell the house you live in or burn it to the ground. I want to share this one, and I'll start with our guests and let them tell us what they think if this were to happen to them.
I know you're going to love this because we love all the animal videos. Let's just give this OMG. Now, can you imagine seeing this on your doorbell, right? You got some unexpected visitors on your front porch.
So for our audio audience, or for those who are too busy collecting Wawa receipts, a family of raccoons just falls from above this family's porch.
Unexpected visitors on your front porch.
Oh my.
Well, somebody posted this on TikTok, that family of raccoons crashing down there. Well, the group of 6 had made themselves pretty comfortable in a roof and ceiling until, well, I guess they probably eaten too much and they weighed too much, and there they go.
Too much mac and cheese.
The way they fell, it looks like it was something like out of a comic book. Like it was one person that fell, and as soon as they hit the ground, broke into 5 different people and then scattered off.
Yeah, it was like a Voltron raccoon is what it was.
Yeah, you always see it assemble. You never see it come apart. I guess that's how Voltron comes apart.
And this time I'll form the raccoon head. Don, is that a house that we would consider a fixer-upper, or do you just lock the door and never come back?
Well, the worst part of it is they stole the Amazon packages off the porch too. So,
well, look, just because they're wearing masks does not imply that they're thieves.
Yeah,
well, Erik, so
that's weird. So many coons on one porch. God damn.
So many coon jokes, so little time.
That's the motto for this show, by the way.
And whoever posted the TikTok poster said all of them are back on top of her home, but she's called in some reinforcement to relocate. I love that. That's some determined little raccoon family there.
Yeah, they're very determined little ones. And all I'm saying is they all look kind of fine after a fall like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, what?
Yeah, they're not determined.
Do they look like the kind of raccoons that get jobs? I mean,
no,
they're just
middle
hanging out
of the porch, 6 coons on the porch is ridiculous.
Car up on blocks, lawn not mowed. Yeah, you know how it is.
My luck. This is the week my wife's going to turn in.
They're very determined little ones, and all I'm saying is they all look kind of fun. I mean, after a fall like that, I can't imagine. I just leave me there, honestly, for a few hours. I need to collect myself.
I was like, let me watch that one more time, because you know they're raiding the fridge.
Shit.
Yeah, well, there's a reason why I put the clip back on.
My God.
How much do you think the chick on the left hates the one on the right?
Oh, she does, because she'd be, pretty attractive alone, except for that face right there. Yeah. It looks like she's taking a shit. But she's with that chick on the right. God damn.
Yeah. And both of them would be selling their house within 10 seconds of this happening to them.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm a part of that group as well.
When nobody's home, they're going back up and they're just
of course, they do what they want to do and they make their own rules. And honestly, I'm not opposed to that. I think it's great. There's the video again. Yeah, no, I mean, seriously, they just took off.
Look
Everyone's
at those
fine.
Little buggers. They're all over.
Super calm after that. No issues there. But yeah, Vanessa and I would be laying on the ground, just kind of staring at each other for a few hours to figure out.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm glad they're okay.
Yeah, they look to be okay. And now they're going to raid the fridge.
And she got in with a joke. Now
What'd
they're
she say?
ready to raid they can go raid the fridge. Yeah. But I want to make sure we got to meet these ladies.
Yeah.
I think I don't know. What's the Don? What's the Cheap Trick song? Woke Up with a Monster. I forget the full title of that song, but I feel like you think you're going home with the chick on the right, but then you wake up in the morning and there's old Lefty.
Yes, been there many times. It never goes the other way for some reason.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Would be like, oh my God, this is so much better. All right.
Right, after 12 bourbons, it's turned into a hot 23-year-old.
Well, and Ira has a great point. When it comes to wildlife, that's just the kind of girls that coons would be interested in.
Oh, no, I don't know what that means. It says just the kind of girls raccoons would be interested in.
Yeah, the animals would probably like those women, right, guys?
Yeah, I mean, I think that animals like nice girls. I don't know what you're getting at.
They do like the chubbier woman. That is true.
See, they usually burrow in the chubbier woman's house. Yes.
Yeah. Well, even those raccoons can tell the bigger the cushion. They completely understand.
The bigger the cushion, the more easier the roof caves in as they fall through it.
Yep.
Well, I want to take a moment to introduce all of you and our audience to someone who went viral. Some people are calling her the Hawk-Tua girl in a uniform. This is Detective Danielle DeAndrade, I think. And let's take a look as to why she's gotten so much attention from this media availability.
Was jogging on the beach this morning at approximately 6 a.m. They saw a white male on the sand this morning. They went back to their place that they reside at.
So this is a strictly visual clip. And Erik, Zane, how do we describe this to our audio audience who unfortunately can't see what we can see?
Okay, so if you were to watch a porno where there was a stupid plot where the sexy cop is going to bang the guy, Ron Jeremy would come in and put it to her. That's what she looks like. She looks like hot porno chick getting ready to get plowed by the bad guy in the stupid porno.
Yeah, I think that's accurate. I was like, well, why is there so much attention on this clip? And I'm like, oh, it has nothing to do with the story. But you know what? Let's go back to it. Maybe she makes some good points. And Dawn, you listen. You let me know if she has anything worth sharing.
And they called 911. Officers were
a
resident.
Never mind. I tried. I thought that there might be a reason to show her, but that's all we're really looking for on the internet. In the absence of porn, it's like porn we can look at while we're at work.
Well, I like that. I like that. Erik's most recent porn reference is Ron Jeremy.
Yeah. Well, he was covering because who he likes to watch is Lexington Steele, but he realized that he should say Don Jeremy. That's you. I believe that's what you're known at the Jersey Shore is Don Jeremy.
I probably watch 3 of those true crime murder shows every day for the last 15 years. I have never once until I saw this clip looked up someone in law enforcement on their Instagram instantly.
and probably also subscribed to her OnlyFans, JFK Head Chunk. If she smokes and has dad issues, she's perfect. Yeah, hard to disagree with that. Thank you, JFK Head Chunk. And yeah, so look, we're making new friends while we're here, Erik.
This should be the poster person for female empowerment in the workplace. Like everybody, when they're like, well, these jobs, they're only hiring women. Yes, they should be only hiring women for spokespeople, for any kind of law office, for law officials, hell, even press secretary for certain officials. These are the people that, yes, these should be the jobs, and they go up there. We're trying to diversify. We're trying to hire more women into these male-dominated work positions. These are the women that they should be interviewing and putting it out in front of the cameras. I bet you the country will then start paying attention more to things that are going on.
And what I think you're trying to say, Erik, is that she should be on the presidential detail for the Secret Service. That's what you're saying, or did I mishear you? Yeah.
Yes, for either side. It doesn't
matter.
Yeah,
either side. Yeah. They can trade back and forth, and they'd probably, probably everybody would enjoy that. All right. Well, I'm sure the chat didn't have any.
I want to amend my comment. I did look up Derek Chauvin on Instagram, so there was another one.
Well, you just wanted to check out his Spotify playlist. You just wanted to know what he was listening to.
Well, I wanted to see his link tree.
Yeah, you're trying to make a donation to his Venmo.
Well, here we have a weekend reporter in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, who immediately owned this clip and posted it on her social media. So it kind of takes away a little bit. It's like endearing. I like when people are embarrassed of their mistakes, but this is just a very quick visual nod of what happens when your producer tells you in your ear that you are clear when you're in fact not clear.
Live in Myrtle Beach, Tegan Brown, WMBF News.
Thank you.
I mean, I say every time, every show, Erik, Zane, every mic is a hot mic. Yeah. Every camera. I mean, obviously she could have done something more interesting.
Yes.
But, yeah.
She did a wrestling promo. She finished the thing, threw the mic to the camera guy, walked off because the music hit and the crowd's going wild.
The only thing missing was Mean Gene Okerlund, I guess. And
now, did she catch?
Now who's doing an outdated reference there?
Well, that's why I said it, actually. I was going to say that's my Ron Jeremy reference.
You're allowed two, and both of them used them. So.
And I also did that 69 joke already. Boy, it's going to be a long second hour of the show. No.
Well, she's no Walter Cronkite.
No, it's true. She's not. Oh, that's a real Chet Hutley of a joke there. So thank you for.
That's like every chick I ever badgered into giving me a hand job on a date. Like as soon as she was done.
Well, it's our first anniversary episode, so let's keep things gingery. I Regret Life says, who makes Erik harder, this reporter or the New Age Outlaws? I don't know what the New
I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't know? You better call somebody.
No. I'll do that. So because it is our anniversary show, I wanted to bring back somebody that easy. You kind of turned the page on her, but I wanted to check in with our gal, Julie Baker from Colorado Springs. She is very active on her social media, and she has a story here. And both Erik or Don, you let me know as soon as she starts to annoy you.
$5,000. That's how much in damages teenage girls caused at a cleaning company out in Los Angeles. Wait. What's that?
Yeah.
Oh,
ding, 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 ding,
yeah,
ding.
We have video of this. Roll tape.
All right. We'll go ahead and get that in there. I was wondering if you were going to make it to the truly annoying part, which is coming.
The company's name is Pink Sponge Cleaning, and they've got about 25 pink punch buggies. Punch buggy. Then one weekend, there's a break-in at the lot. What could be happening? At least 3 teenagers are caught on security camera doing whatever this is. Wow. The teenagers etch on the car's paint. They use fire extinguishers. They break every headlight that they can find. They twerk on the hoods. I don't know why. The owner said these teenagers did this not just for a few minutes, they did it for hours. And then, just to put a little cherry on top of this dookie sundae, the company turns this into their insurance company, and their insurance company, they say, denied the claim. Now they've had to turn to GoFundMe.
Yeah, GoFundMe. That's all right. Close enough.
All right. I had to look up this lady's account because there's no way she's working for any kind of news outlet.
No,
and she's
she works for the Fox affiliate in Colorado Springs, Julie Baker.
And a radio station up there. This is the prime example why everyone needs to go back into the office to work, because you can't be doing news broadcasts and hit pieces from home because you get this shit. There's no stage manager or director saying, cut, redo this again, stop with the voices. This is also the shit she does in real life. Like if you're at a bar or at a restaurant or something, she's hanging out with some people, she's doing all of this stuff, and all of her friends are like, well, she makes all the money. She's paying for this meal. I really can't say anything, so we put up with it.
I didn't know you were going to hate her quite so much, but I'm really, really proud of myself for sharing
She
that.
lives out her own jump cuts. She'll be talking some of that, and then she'll go, and then come back into it, and you're like, what? Wait, did she have Tourette's? What did she just do?
Yeah. All right.
I'd like to see the video of her watching her after she edited that clip that way, and just the glee that she had, like how funny she thought she was, like how perfect she thought that clip came out, and it's just awful.
Yeah. Well, my question for you, Don, though, is if you just did 2 shows at, I don't know, Side Splitters in Tampa, starting to be slim pickings. If Julie Baker's hanging around, you'll certainly buy her a drink, though, right?
Listen, she's a Jersey 4. If I'm in Tampa, I at least get a Tampa 4.
Yeah, all right, that's fair. And DeWired Christian, what was that? She applies lipstick like a magic marker. Thank you, DeWired Christian. We appreciate that.
She's the one that drinks too much of the free wine at a party. And by like the first half hour, you can already see her kind of stumbling, and she's just standing still. Like she does that weird step back that they all do when they've had too much wine. And you're like, she's only been here half an hour. If I give it another 15 minutes, I probably could get her into that back bathroom.
Yeah, probably.
If the hot cop from the last video did that, it still wouldn't be funny.
That's true.
Here's another current reference. She was inspired by Citizen Kane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there is a certain man, and that man, of course, is Charles Foster Kane, C. Montgomery Kane as well. In any case, I was talking before about how people only tune into this show for bear videos, Erik Zane's hair, and then bear videos. And I wanted to explain how Doug from the Jingles department, people who are WATP fans are familiar with him, he did a shit ton of new jingles for us. In the radio business, we call that imaging. So we've got new imaging for the show, and we'll start to unveil it over the next few weeks. But I special requested a jingle for a segment that I was not expecting us to do when we launched this show a year ago. So I want to play the first of Doug from the Jingles department's brand new jingles.
WATP, who are these bears? Who are these bears?
It's a little news sounder for our new segment, EZ. Who are these bears? Are you telling me you did not enjoy the Who Are These Bears stinger?
I don't want to be seen when that's playing.
All right. I'll put one of those little teddy bear faces. Well, we've got sort of our standard fare here, which is very often we'll see a bear wandering around a pool. And I think it was last week, he jumped onto the pool float. This one isn't even as interesting as that. But, I think that I do feel for anybody who might wake up to a bear in their pool. And I don't know. Do you drain it at that point? Do I don't have a pool. Do either any of you guys have pools here?
No, you're fine. You're fine. Chlorine. You're fine.
I feel bad for the husband that's got to clean the bear shit out of the pool filter.
They're always it doesn't matter the size of them. They always look so goddamn punchable. I mean, like it's hard to imagine them ripping your face off, but you actually get our urge. You get a feeling of wanting to beat the shit out of them because they just look punchable.
Are you talking about the bears or their pigmentation color, their fur color? I'm not sure which one you're talking about. It's very confusing with you. All right. But we do have the bear video to end all bear videos. That's right. It's a steel cage match. Check this out.
Off that we don't see every day. Check this out. 2 pigs were caught on camera fighting off a bear that climbed inside their pen in Connecticut earlier this month. In the video, a black bear can be seen climbing into the enclosed pen.
So pay careful attention, not just to the fact that these 2 bears double team this guy, this bear, but listen to the guy. You'll know which guy I'm talking about. Just listen to how much everybody must hate having this guy on their nightly broadcast.
Look at him back. He's immediately being attacked by Hammy, who manages to put the bear into retreat. The other pig, called Mary, chased the bear into a corner of the pen where it lingered before ultimately hopping back out. Yeah, he was like, I'm out.
Second thoughts about that. He thought it was Carl's Jr. looking for ham biscuit.
Okay, I want to put a pause after that joke.
Oh, no.
Pause for laughter. Please clap. Okay.
Yeah, he's out. He's like, nah.
What a crazy video.
I'm gonna have a hash brown.
It's not worth it. Yeah, no bacon today. I'm going for hash brown.
If you've never been attacked by a hog, I will tell you, it's one of the scariest experiences ever.
Have you experienced that, Jeff?
Yes. So feral hogs are quite dangerous, and some of them have tusks. Now, these may be raised for love, but obviously that's like a bad Tinder date. That ain't.
If you're having a conversation with somebody who has that accent, are you really going to ask if they've ever been attacked by a hog? Yeah. I mean, obviously, like how many times this year is really the question.
Well, you should isolate that too now, because you just said like if you've never been attacked by a hog.
Sure.
Okay, continue. I'm curious now. I'd rather hear that than the girl making the Tourette noises before.
What was the comment? And Nicole says raised for love.
That's what he said. It was that they were raised. Well, I think it means not raised for meat. You know, they're raised
as pets.
Yeah,
well, then that's what you say. Those are pets. You don't say they're raised for love. What the fuck?
I didn't know that Whoopi and Joy lived together. That must have been scary for a bear to come into their house like that. It's wild.
The girl's doing the news report. The floor manager is just waving and any other off-camera thing to the director, like cut his mic, and his mic is still on, and they're like every time.
No, Erik, he's got more.
Yeah, so feral hogs are quite dangerous, and some of them have tusks. Now these may be raised for
like
love.
This guy is.
but
he's
obviously
mansplaining
that's like
pig.
a bad Tinder date. That ain't happening. And this one is like, hey, what are you doing over there, Smokey? Time to leave. He doesn't know what. Look at that bear. He's like,
but I thought his voice work is pretty great. So I'm sure DreamWorks, if not Disney, will be calling this guy to voice several characters.
And that
hey
girl
guys, it reminds me of Huckleberry Hound. Get it?
That girl could have saved it where he's like, like your own Tinder day, and she goes, or Grinder in your case, like that. And she just says it very matter-of-factly, not even a joke.
Yeah.
I didn't even hear it. I didn't even hear her say that.
Well, that's all right. We're very briefly going to visit the world of talk shows.
I said, can you dig it?
I think so.
WATB. Now who are these talk shows? Just who are these talk shows?
I was at San Diego Comic-Con this past weekend, which is probably shocking to all of you who thought I was way too cool and well-adjusted to be a nerd. But no, I was down there. And this clip comes out of Comic-Con, a group interview with the cast of next year's Captain America movie. Harrison Ford, and Don, I know you're excited about this. Harrison Ford is going to take over the role of Thunderbolt Ross, who will be the president in that movie. But I think we'll all enjoy Harrison Ford getting asked a question that is probably very much like the questions he gets asked every day.
Harrison, I got to ask you, given that this, of course, is the antagonist here is King of the Serpent Society. Who deals better with snakes, Indy or Thaddeus Ross?
I would say fuck you.
Who shot first, Guido
Right.
or Han Solo?
Oh.
Yeah. So he's like, and what I love about this as a nerd, he's saying like, oh, okay, so this is the question. This is this version of who shot first, and the character Greedo, he calls him Guido. So, and he's like, oh, I know what his name is, but fuck you, nerds.
This is who shot first, Guido
Right.
or Han Solo? I've always treated these questions with the utmost respect, and somehow at the same time, complete disdain. I will not answer that stupid question. But thank you.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
it's an honor to know.
delighted to have the opportunity.
Happy to provide it. That's what I'm here for.
But
lastly, Tim, how's the mandolin playing?
Just move on. Let's not keep this going and make it a bit more of a viral moment, and just take the hit and try to make something out of it. Moving on. Fuck off.
I don't know. Have any of you ever interviewed somebody and they're just not having the question you asked them? And I think this guy died a little inside. He's like, oh, Han Solo just fucking chilled me on camera.
Yeah, I've had it happen once, but it wasn't that a question that has been asked a million other times. Had that reporter done any kind of research about other things? Has Harrison Ford ever been asked this, or what has he said about Star Wars? It's a quick 5-minute little venture to see that he doesn't like these dumb questions. You go and you do it anyway, and then you don't even capitalize off it. You cut him off when he's doing his crotchety old man ramblings, and then you go, so if you could come to Comic-Con, it's like, who cares? Who cares? Stay on that. Focus on that. It's not about you and your dumb fluff questions anymore. He's rolling, or as the kids say, cooking, and then let him go and just keep the camera on him at all times.
I'm so glad Erik is in touch with the kids, because I didn't even know that cooking was a thing.
They don't. They say it for football, for baseball, for wrestling. They just brought in this new defensive coordinator. Oh, let him cook. He's gonna have this team go. It's like, shut the fuck up.
So what you're saying is Harrison Ford is so Bladt.
He is total Bladt.
And this is great because this segment already has an incredibly old reference just as the subject of the video.
Exactly. So Harrison Ford himself. Yeah, exactly.
That was Harrison. Okay, I thought that was Jimmy Carter. I was worried for a second.
Yeah, and that's a great point. And are you getting that vibe where, like when Biden was talking and we always were kind of like, uh-oh. I'm getting that from him too. He gives me this frail. I'm waiting for him to embarrass himself when he's
the creepy whisper.
He doesn't do that. He gets angry and annoyed all the time. Okay. Everybody knows either to not talk to him or tread lightly when they talk to him, because he's just going to be a crotchety asshole. Yeah. And that's why a lot of people like him. Because he's not a doddering old fool like Biden or some other people when they get to be that age. He sits there and he's annoyed. He's a multimillionaire. He's annoyed. He survived a plane crash. He just doesn't give a shit about petty nonsense anymore.
You don't fuck with a guy who survived a plane crash. What you do is you follow it up with an even more brutal question. Because if you really want to go viral, your next question is, so how was it banging that stick figure Callista Flockhart? Go.
Yeah. Can you describe landing the Millennium Falcon inside Ally McBeal? I'll take my answer off the air. Thank you so much. All right, we're having fun, so let's put the brakes on that. I regret life, not a doddering old fool. He can't tell a runway in a golf course apart. Yeah, I don't know if he still flies since
he still survived it.
Yeah, that's right. Dwyer Christian, how is it banging the Corn Diff is an Erik fan.
Hi, Corn Diff.
I'm very pro Corn Diff. I was once on Quadfather's show with Corn Diff, so I'm pro corn at this point. But I only say that because I know Cardiff is on vacation. All right, we're having fun, and there's a great way to put the brakes on fun.
A lot of people talking about Christian and Carl's segment, making it great with who are these politics.
But don't worry, because it is our celebratory first anniversary episode, I want to take a break from Trump and Kamala Harris picks because there's plenty of time. Don't worry. But that does not mean that I can't focus on the running mate. Now, last week we discussed the rollout of J.D. Vance, who brought with him warmth, charisma, humor, and we showed at the beginning of the show his hilarious Diet Mountain Dew chunk before we started. So, Don, as a professional comedian, I want you to grade the guy that I've started calling low energy Vance. JD Vance here. This is a fundraising video. So this video screams, please give me some of your money.
It's JD Vance here at Radford, Virginia. I thought I'd take you behind the scenes a little bit. When you get to an event, they've got a ton of crap for you to drink and eat. You got 3 bottles of Diet Mountain Dew, about a dozen Snickers, a bag of chips. If I ate even half this stuff, of course, I'd balloon up like crazy. This is the energy that powers the presidential and vice presidential campaign. Of course, I'm honored to be supporting President Trump. I'm honored to be his running mate. If you want to help us, chip in $5, chip in $15 to get the message out and to get people to the polls. This election is so important. Your resources help us do the things we need to win it.
So, I'm going to ask you, Don, if you had a weekend in, say, Tampa, and what if JD Vance was your middle? All right, you have a local pro warm up the crowd like, I don't know, Chad Zumach, and then JD Vance wanders out there like a Vegas cooler and just loses the crowd right before you come out. Have you ever had a pro opener and then the middle comes out and he's talking about Diet Mountain Dew because somebody told him it was funny?
Oh, that's the equivalent of Banyan's Ovaltine bit on Seinfeld.
It's gold, Jerry. Gold.
It's gold. It's gold, Trump. It's gold, I tell you. What is it with the Republican Party that feel like they think it's so cool to eat shitty? Like, Trump, remember Trump went to visit the Olympic athletes in the White, or they came to visit him and he bought McDonald's. This guy drinks Mountain Dew and eats chips. I mean, what's the obsession here with eating shit, and being Republican? I don't get the connection.
I don't think Vance was into this. I think he was just saying donate more money so we can have better snacks, better catering, better opportunities and stuff, better staff to help and win this election coming up in November there. And then right after this, maybe 10 minutes after this, he got chewed out because Trump asked for this stuff. He's complaining the venue didn't really take care of us. They just gave us whatever was left at the concession. This was what they put out for us. And Trump's like, no, that's on his rider. That's what he wanted there. You're an asshole. You just embarrassed the president.
That kind of looked like typical radio remote swag table. That's the place where you spin the wheel and get a free container of bubbles for the kids. Maybe
that's the stuff the kids are outside, the stores before you go in, or on the subway, saying they're raising money for their sports team in high school.
Be positive.
And you're like, "Yo, really? What school do you go to?" And they won't tell you. But they want you $5 for a Snicker bar.
Yeah, except JD Vance didn't steal all that catering.
I actually believe this is the catering table from DabbleCon 2 coming up in Rochester, August 16th and 17th. And Easy, you can let me know if this is what it's like backstage at the Magic Bag, October 25th. And thank you. Put Filet-O-Fish back up there because I actually have something with that. You got Filet-O-Fish. Didn't this guy fuck a couch? I'm so glad you asked, because in a now deleted AP, the Associated Press, headline, they did have an article that explained no, JD Vance did not have sex with a couch. And I don't know. I mean, they say all press is good press, but I don't know. None of us really know Mr. Trump very well. I can't imagine he's enjoying this, right, Easy?
No, I mean, but at the end of the day, if he did have sex with a couch, I think it's who hasn't?
Yeah. I'd rather have sex with a couch than that newscaster from Colorado.
Whoa! Shots fired, Julie Baker. You DM me. You don't need to follow.
If he was sliding down a banister, then you'd be concerned. Right. But if he's doing the couch, that just seems like tit for tat, as they would say.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess there is some talk about maybe that wasn't the right pick, but if
definitely not the right pick. It was not. Nobody knew him. It's like, oh, he could get us Ohio. Okay, is it that big a deal? Biden drops out. They put a woman in, and then they're like, oh, we are fucked with this guy.
Well, you might be onto something, Erik, because this is, I believe, a network called America's Voice. Gavel Dome 2, fuck your couch, Meg. Thank you. And they have surrogates who are people who come on to talk about a campaign and talk them up. And so there's a gentleman here who I guess is a surrogate for the Trump-Vance campaign. And he's sure of the popularity of J.D. Vance. And let's see how it goes.
I would bet that just about everyone in that line either knows Senator J.D. Vance or at least claims to know Senator J.D. Vance.
Let me ask real quickly. Let me get this. Does anybody in the line know Senator J.D. Vance? Family, friends? No, not here. Not here. But, this is a big area. We got 50.
Wow. I for the first time in a year of doing this show, I do wish I had that Price is Right. I don't have it, though. But if Cardiff were here, he could get it.
No one knows J.D. Vance like his couch. Let's be honest.
That's true. So, So I think he's not a good middle is the point. That's the takeaway on J.D. Vance.
Well, let me offer something else for an opposing viewpoint.
Please.
I saw this on CNN yesterday. Anderson Cooper. They put up a poll, and it says nationally, people either don't know or didn't offer opinion on who should be the vice presidential candidate for Kamala Harris. Right.
Okay.
And they listed all the people, and they said nobody knows these people. And Anderson goes, he's like, can you believe? It's like, what's going on in this country? They don't know any of the candidates. Do you? Like, nobody knew any of these people. One guy was an astronaut, so maybe you kind of knew of him. But everybody else is like, who cares?
I only know that guy because his wife got shot in the face.
Right. Well, that too. Okay, so he's got two things, going for notoriety for him. But other than that, like even with the Republicans, when they were listing all the candidates, you're like, who? Governor of something, senator of something. Like, no one cares about the vice president until they need to care about the vice president. So with the fact that they're freaking out, this shows that they're freaking out because it's in there. Nobody understands who these candidates are that could be on the Democratic ticket. It's like, look, no one cares. People barely know the main candidates. Who cares?
The last memorable vice presidential candidate was Sarah Palin because she was hot, and then we found out after the fact she's a retard.
She could see Russia from her house.
Yes. I loved that because McCain was like, oh, God. And remember that? They wouldn't let her talk. And then finally when she did, everybody went, oh, fucking shit.
Yeah, they didn't let her talk. But then Saturday Night Live had like 2 more months of material. Every cold open was her up to the election.
I want to keep it politics light, but I've got one more audition tape. This is someone, I guess, Bibi from Israel is working out some new material at the United Nations. Let's all think about what we think about this joke.
Protesters hold up signs proclaiming gays for Gaza. They might as well hold up signs saying chickens for KFC.
Fucking home run, Cumia. Fuck yeah,
He's good.
See, that joke works good in the city, but on the road, he's got to work the word cunt in there somewhere. It's not. That's a good city joke.
Right. No,
that's not going to work at Side Splitters in Tampa.
No, definitely not. All right. Well, I want to very briefly visit the worlds of sports before we get to our main event, which is a clip featuring our guest, Don Jamieson. But let's head over to those sportscasters.
Home of the hourly triple play.
W-A-T-B. Who are these sportscasters? Just listen and find out. Who are these sportscasters?
So we're in a situation where most people have already talked about the Paris Olympics opening ceremony. And I will tell you that one of the things that I found, I have it on pretty good authority, that if you try to play clips from the Paris Olympics opening ceremony, your video gets struck. And I don't think anybody needs to see it, but I do want to share a photo of, I think a lot of people have seen this. This is apparently a huge French entertainer named Philippe Catherine, and now his balls are famous. because he's playing the Greek god Dionysus, who we all knew had low sack, and that was a big part of it. And there's also a lot of attention on the, I don't know, I guess it's a trans last dinner, which, you know, I mean, that's definitely my last dinner if I'm at that table, but the Last Supper, by the way, I did really well.
Dinner.
Yeah, I know. I corrected myself. I haven't been to Sunday school in 35 years.
Well,
so,
I know which one's eating everything. It's fat Jesus there. Jesus Christ, my God.
But
she's making a mukbang video in the middle of an Olympic ceremony.
Oh, I wish we had time for a mukbang video I wanted to share, but next week, that's what I'll let everybody know. But I understand the complaints about all of this, but I want to know why there's the outrage over the opening ceremony when I find the way that some of the athletes are dressed to be far more upsetting, intimidating, maybe a little interesting. I'm not going to lie. Maybe just a little. There's
I think
a lot
you should reverse that order of how you just said that, and that would be more accurate for you.
Yeah, no, you're probably right. But one of them is Jules Bouillet, and there's a lot of attention on him. And anyone with eyes will be able to figure out which one is the one everyone's paying attention to.
Like he's smuggling a bunch of fucking bananas inside of that thing. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but I don't know, Don, that's the way you used to dress on the road in the early 90s, right?
Yeah, that's when my closing bit was I'd have a girl come on stage and eat blue cheese out of the crack of my ass. And that was the Reverend Bob Levy. But I've been known to put a Speedo on or two.
Yeah, no, it's fine. But not now. I mean, the time has passed. Anyway, so is anyone watching any Olympics? That's the most I've seen of the Olympics, those 3 photos I just showed.
I catch it because it's first time that it's live during the day, because the last 2 ones, they were all in different weird time zones that they didn't show you anything during the day, and they just gave you recaps at night. So if you throw it on anytime during the day, I've been able to catch it. I am not happy with women's volleyball. I am really very disappointed with it because
wait, did they start wearing baggy shorts?
No, they're wearing. Our team is wearing full leggings.
Oh no! Oh,
that's to hide the cocks.
Well,
apparently doesn't do a good enough job. Look at those Speedos.
Yeah,
fantastic. For some reason they're like, well, they thought it was too sexualized or something, so they're not wearing the bikini bottoms. They're wearing the leggings. They're still wearing like the sports bra tops. Every other country is wearing next to nothing. So you're rooting against our own team now because of their politics and their nonsense for these uniforms there. The only ones you're not rooting for are any of the Arab teams where they're in full fucking garb as they're playing.
Well, Easy really? Wouldn't vote for the Arab teams anyway.
No,
so
I mean, talk about a guaranteed bad-smelling vag. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, the Arab teams are wearing essentially a wetsuit with their thing. I don't know what the nun piece is.
I think it's called a hajib.
A haktua? Yeah, you're wearing that.
Hey, Dwyer Christian knows. We know what his search terms are on YouPorn. Well, Easy, you do a lot of broadcasting work in the minor leagues. Have you called many baseball games?
No, I haven't actually. That's been a sport that I've not been involved with.
I did it once. I called a Pepperdine University baseball game, and if people think I'm bad on this show, let's just be glad that they don't archive their broadcast. But I'm going to say that I believe that I was better than this guy.
Hit hard toward right field. This is getting toward the fence. This is going to be Carry On My Wayward Son. They'll be truth when you were gone. Mike Hogwood used to say, kiss that baby goodbye, kiss that baby goodbye there for the tourist. Carry On My Wayward Son. They'll be truth when you were gone. That one's gone. Oh, yeah. Tourist. Add to their lead. 4-0 Tourist.
I mean, first of all, who's going to root for a team named the Tourist? And Don, we've been talking all day about outdated references. There's nothing sweeter than a Kansas reference during a baseball game, right?
Especially when you're not in Kansas.
Carry On Wayward Son. And then he even went to the second, There'll Be Truth When You Are Gone.
Yeah.
Why didn't he bust out, lay your weary head to rest? Don't you cry no more?
Wait, Don, I don't want to put words in your mouth. That was the part you liked of that call, right?
Well, I was waiting for him to slide into home, and then he could have quoted "Dust in the Wind."
Yeah.
Or he could have had his pants full of foam.
All right.
Yeah, this is terrible. If you're gonna do any kind of sports broadcasters need to stop doing references. Just like local news people need to stop being personable. We don't care about your personal lives. You have no witty banter. Be straight-laced, do the news. Sports broadcasters, be energetic. Do what you're supposed to do to paint the picture for the game, get the crowd going, the people listening on the radio or TV in the background, get them excited to hear what's going on. You don't need jokes. You don't need song lyrics. The one guy that was the king of this shit just passed away or retired or whatever the hell happened to him with the Yankees. I'm glad he's gone. Stop doing this.
So like no catchphrases, just announce the home run. You can't like come up with something?
No. Who cares? An A-bomb from A-Ron. No. Stop.
I mean,
do that. Be excited. It's like, it's gone. Pause. You're hearing the crowd for a little bit. Then you're filling in with stats or what this does for them, moving up the position in their division and where they're going for the playoff. That kind of stuff. That's fine. But that's why you're listening to them. You're not listening to them for song lyrics, movie quotes. They always get them wrong, as this guy shows.
Well, see. Oh, go ahead, JFK Head Chunk. Can we get him a Snickers? What were you going to say?
I was going to say the one guy that I did like who did it was your former boss, Dennis Miller. If you're going to do that, just like he would work in a quote from Shakespeare's Twelfth Night, and you could literally hear Troy Aikman's brain just start smoking, trying to figure out what the hell he was talking about. So, but yeah, other than that, the no corny song lyrics. We don't need any of that. We don't need stupid nicknames. Just call the game's exciting enough.
Dennis will tell stories about the nights where Al Michaels hit his cough button and said, "What the fuck are you talking about?" So, but those are his stories to tell. Well, Erik, you mentioned John Sterling, who
I didn't say his name. I couldn't remember his name. I was so annoyed.
Way more years than should have been the radio voice of the New York Yankees.
Of anything.
Yeah. When you're arguably the premier team in all of sports, you should probably have somebody who can call a game. Now, their TV voice is only moderately better. His name is Michael Kay, for people that don't know. He has a radio show in New York. And I'm not a huge Michael Kay fan, but I do love this clip.
Big Michael Kay will never criticize the Yankees, probably hang up on me, but never.
You want me, you know what, jerk off? You want me to hang up on you, don't you?
I love that he called the guy a jerk off because
I'm about that. Yeah.
He's never said to turn to Paul O'Neill or David Cohn in the booth. Shut up, jerk off. I'm trying to say, see ya, home run. So I love when people get like he's legitimately pissed. I want to watch just a few more
probably
seconds.
hang up on me, but never.
You want me, you know what, jerk off? You want me to hang up on you, don't you? I am not going to hang up on you. I'm going to let you spill your nonsense. All I do is sit here and criticize the Yankees every day. Are you hard of hearing?
He's the Harrison Ford of sports broadcasters.
He basically is.
That's great.
And I love that his co-hosts are like, "Oh my God, wait, this is the Michael Kay we only get when the cameras aren't on." I can't believe that he's sharing this with the audience. Look, sports hosts calling the people who call in a jerk off is a guarantee to get you on this show.
Yeah, that's interesting shit. I'm glad we need more of that. Have you ever listened? Have you taken the time to turn on any sports talk radio show recently? My God, what an absolute pile of shit.
Yeah, it's insufferable, and I think that I don't know. I used to enjoy Mike and the Mad Dog, but then having them separated, I don't enjoy Mike or the Mad Dog. Mad Dog a little bit more.
I like Mad Dog.
No. I missed the days of Francesa, and it was not because of Francesa. I mean, you'd love a sports host that only talked about 2 of like the 6-8 New York sports teams, and then even get that information wrong. And then the rest of the show is him trying to hang up on callers that are shitting on him for his 4 hours because he's sleeping during the breaks. He's sleeping while the bumper music's playing, and someone nudges him, and he wakes up. He's knocking over his ice cream, his Diet Coke all over the consoles. It's fantastic. Towards the end, he had the size of what looked like Erik Zane's hairbrush, but it was holding his iPad so he could tweet.
Yes, right.
Do you remember that giant thing? It looked like the old Looky-Loo mirror from the kid shows.
Yeah. There's a great Twitter or X for those who are so inclined. There's a great account called Back After This, and they post Francesa clips. He does do a podcast still sometimes, so we still get new clips, but he also posts all the great ones that we've gotten. Interestingly, we lost Don right before we got to Don's segment, but that's all right because we've got Don.
Wait, did he have to go? Or did we
no,
lose his
I think we lost him. He looked like he was frozen.
Oh, okay.
I'll message him while I set up the fact that the other great way to get on this show is to contribute a great moment in broadcast history.
Flashback. WATB. Way back into time. Let's find out who are these broadcast histories.
So there are obviously, Don could elaborate on this if he were here. I should get discount Don on, and no one will really notice the difference. But if you're in a market doing stand-up, you usually have to go and do the local morning show. So we have a clip like this, an infamous one. The last time Don was on, he told us about it. By the way, Erik Zane, I'm going to ask a dumb question. Do we have any super chats to get caught up on?
Yes, we do, my friend.
Oh, my goodness, we do. All right, great.
Thank you for mentioning. Let's see. We have Two-Face Lying Bastard posted congrats on 1 year. The show no one wanted or deserved.
Can we commend him? Go back to that one because look at his two faces of an old picture of Carl.
Mm-hmm.
So
look how young
thank
he
you,
is.
Two-Face Lying Bastard. Oh, my God. Almost handsome in those days.
Jay Loiterer for $9.99. Thank you. Says happy anniversary. Hope this helps you hit the goal. That's our top.
I'm so glad he said that. StreamYard, Streamlabs, Venmo, Super Chats, Kohl's Cash, Costco points, everything. And Reverend Shiste Powerful Pooper. I don't know what he's trying to say.
No, I don't either. But anyway,
love
whatever you want Christian to sign off on, he can sign off with whatever you have him say with a dollar amount. Devil's Joint says easy. Go back to the what does that mean?
Is that a salt mine? Is it a mountain? It's a mountains. I was coming for your spot.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. Not sure what that means. Carlos says, E-Rock, the Wawa guy, eats like Sam Roberts.
He does.
That's a great observation, Carlos. So what he's saying is that Sam still eats like mac and cheese and chicken fingers. Proudly, by the way. He's not ashamed of it. And Wham with $2 Canadian to help pay Carl's fee to get him back to the show. I've tried. No, I'm just kidding. It's Jenny Jingles' birthday today. That's why Carl's not here. Happy birthday to the great Jenny Jingles. Wham, $2 Canadian. And Don Jamieson is back. What's your favorite Wham song?
Sorry, my dial-up was acting up. Yeah, I'm a Careless Whisper guy.
Yeah, all right. That's the only answer we'd accept. Wake Me Up Before You Go, and we'd the show would have to go. I know, Zane. I know you hate it. All right, stop. Okay? You don't have no.
That's
fine.
bullshit.
I know
because he plays it every other day on his show, and he has no cameras, and everyone is just going jitterbug, and he's doing the snaps. He gets into it. It gets him going at 6:01 in the morning.
Hey, E-Rock, as a scholar of radio, do you know the name of Erik Zane's morning show?
Isn't it the Insane Asylum, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Man, thank
Look
you.
at the big brain on Brad.
I tuned into Q100 once, and then I listened to it, and then I usually catch Erik Zane on his when his Twitch goes live. It tells me he's on. I pop in there and watch him,
and it always makes me happy to see you.
Well, our main course today, Don, you're a part of this, and I don't know if it needs any setup. We were talking about how, when comics are on the road, part of the deal is, the club oftentimes has a deal, does some advertising with a local TV station. So do you remember how many years ago this clip with you and Florentine was?
Man, it's got to be probably close to 10. And it's Kansas City local, network affiliate news. We've been up doing press since 6 a.m, radio morning show, this show, that show, sports show. So by 11 o'clock and we got here, we're like, we got to do something for us now.
Yeah. Well, in the first clip, the host, he's probably the hip younger guy on the morning show because he tries to have a little fun with you guys. It does get a little sad at one point, but let's take a look at this first clip from this morning show appearance.
Long hair, but
but not.
Got a little older.
I just actually got engaged, so I just got my hair cut. So,
man, they always have to change you.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but he had a mullet.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not going to marry a guy with a mullet.
If she loves you with the mullet, she'll love you all the time.
No, she didn't. What she said, look, if we're gonna, when I gave her the ring, she's like, look, you got to cut the mullet, and I'll say yes. So. No, but I'm excited, man. It's my first marriage, so.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
I've been there and done that.
Really?
Yeah. Did you get rid of the mullet too? Man, I'll tell you, she made me cut more than that. Oh man! All right.
How much?
Let's not go into that. Yeah, that's not. It's bad. It's bad news.
Well, no, look, I know I found the right one. I mean, it's
That's good.
It took me in my 40s to do it, but
Yeah.
he's my best man, so it's gonna be awesome. Man.
Yeah, so that sets up the premise there that Don,
Yes.
you were going to be his best man. What do you think that this guy was getting at? Did his wife cut his balls off, but he didn't want to say it? That's what it feels like, right, Don?
Yeah, yes, another edgy commentator there. Him and Netanyahu should go on the road together.
Well, who headlines if that's the bill?
Yeah.
All right. So here's where the fun of the clips really starts to ramp up.
Gonna elope or just gonna do the big?
No, we're gonna do a big thing, Yeah, in a few months and stuff.
Sounding like a girl there.
Sorry, I got to pause that. He's telling him you're sounding like a girl because you're having a big wedding. and I'm like, this guy's Mr. Anti-woke in Kansas City. He's like, oh, you're gonna have a big wedding. What are you, a girl? For those of us that three of us here have been married. Don's the only smart one. I would say most weddings are fairly big. They're usually big.
Right.
It's the norm. And Florentine still had all that crank yankers money, so of course he was looking to go big, right, Don?
Yes, as many people as you could fit into an Elks Club in South Jersey.
Thing, in a few months and stuff.
Sounding like a girl there.
You should probably. What are you gonna do? I mean, it's like if you're gonna do it once, you might as well do it right.
Yeah, but I don't know about being the best man.
No, you're not gonna give him any advice. No, because you know why he doesn't want to be the best man? Because then he's like, I gotta get a tuxedo. It's gonna cost me like $150.
No, it's not that. I just don't think he has to rush into it.
There you go. At
40 years old.
No, but rush. If you meet the right one,
how do you know she's the right?
So, Easy and Erik, if you're sitting there and you're like, oh, okay, these guys seem to have some kind of shtick going, do you get out of the way or do you try and get involved like this guy does?
No, I recognize this as it started. This is like their back and forth from their telemarketer stuff. It's like I just sit back and I go, this is going to kill 5 minutes for me. This is fantastic.
Being that he probably doesn't get many opportunities to have this type of setting where two people who are professionals are doing this. If you notice, every time he talks, he's laughing at his own shit. Like he was cracking up about the other things he said that
I'm
weren't
funny too, guys.
But he's sitting there. He is so that's exactly what he's doing. He's like part of the bit.
Erik has no idea what that's like, but I think this guy should really just sit back and just let you guys do your thing, and then he can send dick pics to Julie Baker. I mean, that's probably a better usage of his time.
Right one. I mean,
I know.
All right, so that's the end of that clip. I did not need to go back to it.
Let me just say this: he enjoys it until he doesn't.
Yeah, and I think we're about to get to the he doesn't. Don, we got two more clips for this.
Really know her that well?
Yeah, I know her absolutely. Man.
Well, I don't think you do, because I mean, I don't want to say this on TV, but
say it.
What's with the fucking say it? He's like, this is gonna be great.
Say the phrase, Bart. Say the phrase.
This is gonna go at the end of our highlight reel for this year.
But
say it.
When you were out of town the other week, we got drunk and I slept with your fiance. I'm serious. I'm sorry. We were drunk. It just happened.
There are a lot of right ones out there, so.
Yeah, this might not be the right one.
Yeah, this might not. I mean, look, when...
I'm sorry, man.
I don't know if he's messing with you or not. I mean, I was out of town, but that night of the snowstorm.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. You may want to reconsider the best man thing.
Or the wife, he says, by the way.
Yeah.
This is great, but it works better if it's a female anchor there, or if it's two female anchors, like you're sitting on the couch and they're doing this, because they'll buy it instantly.
Right,
He's just like,
right.
well, you could move on. It's shut up. Stop adding to what they're doing.
If he could recognize what they were doing, which he can't, he would intentionally treat this as a work and put a, oh my God, there's serious look on his face, even if he knew that they were just fucking around, but he's an idiot.
Even if he leaned over, it's like, punch him. He just slept with your fiance. Punch him.
Yeah.
Then you're like, all right, he's getting what's going on. And now this is escalating to even better television.
Well, yeah. So he's the TV version of the radio guy who's only focused on hitting the post, talking up the record.
I'm amazed he didn't interrupt for the time and the temperaure while they were doing this.
Well, he does try to rush through the end of it here, Don. And there's a couple of my favorite lines from the exchange, including the very end as they go to commercial. So let's see how you boys are able to wind this up.
If it makes you feel any better, we use protection.
Oh, jeez. All right. They're performing tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday at Stanford and Sons. It's going to be at the Legends at Village West, 1867 Village West Parkway. You guys have to deal with it after the show. This Friday and Saturday night.
If it makes you feel any better, I didn't last that long.
At 7:40.
There's a little more, but I mean, shouldn't he just say, like, you guys can see it all on the screen? But this is probably the deal. It's like, what's this place called? Village West Parkway. I don't know. Stanford and Son Comedy Club. So they're probably like, okay, we give them money. They have to read this. They have to talk to the comedians. And he's like, all right, I'm getting it in. And he's just like, oh, you guys should talk about it off the air. Don, I'm going to assume you and Florentine did talk about this off the air.
Well, yeah, like I said, we were just trying to think of something so that we would have a good time, because we got up so early. And shortly after that, they escorted us out of the building.
Well, let's see what the audience at home got to see before you were escorted and listen for my favorite line.
5 and 9:45. We'll be right back, everyone. By the way, if you want tickets, you can call 913-400.
Why would you do that to me, my friend?
We were drunk. I'm sorry.
We are giving away 5 tickets.
By the way, your front door is sticking.
Was she any good?
On the next.
So that's my favorite part. By the way,
director got it. The director knew when to hit the thing. You get one line and then go to commercial.
Yeah. Your front door is sticking, and was she any good?
When you're from your perspective, Don, can you see like the body language of these people getting uncomfortable with you? How were they reacting?
Yeah, well, it was scheduled to be a 5-minute segment. It comes in at about 3:30 because he realizes he's got to get out of this as quick as possible. Yes, people are getting very uncomfortable, and a security guy came into the studio, and as the sound guy's taking off our mics, he just leans in and whispers, "Thank you for doing that today." Because they just get the cornball stuff in there. So the security guy goes, "Right this way, fellas." He walks me, Jim, and the comedy club owner out of the building, and the club owner starts yelling at me and Jim, "What the hell are you doing that for? We're trying to sell tickets." He wouldn't talk to us the whole way.
Idiot! What an idiot!
No, but then we got back to the hotel. He didn't say a word in the car, and then as we were getting out, he was like, "All right, that was pretty funny."
Okay, good.
I mean, there's no way it doesn't sell more tickets. I don't know how many people watch the local news and go like, "Oh, I should go to the comedy club tonight." But I feel like there must have been a little bump there from a little push.
For sure.
From that. Yeah. So I love that. It's probably harder to do those now because they probably pre-tape a lot of them. They don't want to put you on live television anymore, right, Don?
Well, when next time I come back, we did do a follow-up a few years later when they unbanned us. So
the same station?
At the same station, but a different. It was a female anchor, and the first thing. Well, I'll tell you when we get down, but we'll leave it. The cliffhanger is we sit down, and before the cameras start rolling, she looks at her card and she goes, "Since the last time you guys were on, there was a problem or something?" And we're like, "No, it went fine. We don't know what you're talking about."
Yeah, we had a great time. Well,
Yeah.
I love that, and Erik nailed it. It really feels a lot like terrorizing telemarketers. And my favorite one of those is the recent one where you just keep picking up the phone every 5 seconds. You done with the phone yet? You done with the phone? You done with the phone? So people can find that.
My favorite is I don't know. Let me put my brother on the phone, and then they're just constantly passing it off. They never get anything done.
Yeah, so people can find that and where to get Rockstrap. Is that all DonJamieson.com, or where do they find you, Don?
No, well, you know where to find podcasts. Apple, Spotify, all that stuff. And you can see the new or hear the new Rockstrap and Terrorizing Telemarketers. All my live stand-up comedy CDs, all downloadable at the iTunes and Apple Music places, and that's about it.
Erik, it's Erik Nagel just celebrated 10 years, as we were saying earlier. Right. Tell everybody where they can find that and everything Erik, everything Erik Nagel.
We're on iHeartRadio, iHeart Podcasts. That's where the show is normally kept, but you can get it also on Apple, Spotify, all those places. That's for the audio stuff. If you want to watch it live or if you want to see the produced video version of it, it's all on our YouTube channel at It's Erik Nagel, all one word.
And Erik Zane, where do people find the Zane Asylum, the Erik Zane Show, the lovely Canine on Your Lap? Where do they find all this stuff?
You can go to my website, ericzaneshow.com, for all of that, including Cameo.
Oh,
yes,
God, that's right.
Hire me for a Cameo. Cameo.com/Erik Zane. $20 gets you. Hell, I've gone for 10 minutes on those before.
Wow. All right. Well, that's. I hope that everybody buys a Cameo because they're. I guess they feel like a better investment than Super Chats. Go to whoarethese.com. Find the phone number and please leave us a voicemail. Say it is for WATB. Just like our friend, the Reverend Shitstain, moments ago. I got this from Carl.
Hey there, Bladt and Zane. It's the Reverend Shitstain. I just wanted to congratulate you broadcasting boys on reaching your 1-year anniversary on WATB. Boy, what a fantastic year it's been. Maybe in year number 2, we'll be able to break 150 subsequent viewers. Hooray! WATB! Woo! Yay!
Yep. Wait, there's more. And that guy's our friend, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's very nice of him to put the effort in to remember and celebrate.
I appreciate that. But I think we'll all enjoy this one. Carl made the point that this was left for WATP, WATS, and WATB. But look, the guy's got a mission. He wants to make sure everybody knows something.
This call is for Who Are These Broadcasters? Hi, Erik. Hi, Christian. This is Turbo 749. Letting you know, Carl's the cunt. This call is for Who Are These Broadcasters?
Yeah, I just want to make sure everybody knows. All right? I think it's important that we know.
Yeah, no repurposing that across all the shows on this network here. It's only exclusively for this show.
Right, exactly. We appreciate that. And if you want to see more of Erik Nagel and I, literally in minutes over on the Geekscape Network, we're going to be doing the show I host for them, Marvel Movie Talk, talking about Deadpool and Wolverine. So if you're a nerd like me and not Easy, but me and Erik, you can find us over there. And if you want to see me again in about 22 and a half hours right here on the Who Are These Podcasts YouTube channel, I'd like to announce we're doing our first ever bonus episode. Zane's looking around like, what the fuck is he talking about? It's going to be one-on-one with me and the great Jackie the Joke Man Martling. So I'm going to talk to him for the whole show, and I'm not going to try and show clips this time. It'll be easier to just chat with Jackie. Looking forward to catching up with him. So Erik, that is all the time we have for now. But what was our big super chat of the day? Was it? Oh yeah. So Jay Loiterer, and have we read all of them except for Jay Loiterer? I don't want to have to read week-old super chats again next week.
Hold on a second. Hold on. So I'm getting interrupted.
No, that's all right. I'm taking a look.
Right now.
We already had that one and
sorry.
Devil's Joint. Yeah. So this Jay Loiterer is the big one. And as always, I'm Christian Bladt, reminding you every mic is a hot mic. Happy anniversary. Hope this helps us hit the goal. Well, unfortunately, we're about $240 short of the goal. So we're going to have to end the show now. There's going to be a lot of great stuff. I was going to do a really heartfelt thank you to Carl Hamburger, but we're out of time. So, but we appreciate everybody anyway. Thanks, Don. Thanks, Erik. Erik, I'll see you in a couple minutes. Don, we'll talk soon. And thank you so much, guys. Thanks to everybody, and we will see you next time.